Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Amy. Today I am doing a patron journal spread to send to Lynn. So we're gonna get to that in just a minute, but I just wanted to draw your attention to something really quick. Today is my shop release with my hand-drawn designs. I have a whole bunch of printables going up on my site as well as on Etsy. Then all physical products are available at amyplansthings.com only. And they're available at 9 a.m. Pacific time, so set your alarm. We have very few physical stickers left. The patrons really got a ton of them, but we have plenty of stock of the pre-cut PET tapes as well as the 5-pack of the washi tapes. This is the hydrangeas and ladybugs design. I do have, I think, 5 or 6 of these left that are physical, and then you can always get them digital. I can try to restock these, but I was printing and cutting these by hand, so it took quite a bit of time, whereas this I could get a larger stock of. Anyways, available at 9 a.m. Don't forget, don't miss out. All right, now we're gonna get to the journal spread. So Lynn is a patron at the Custom Chronicles level, which is the top level on Patreon, and the first time they get a journal, it's after the 3rd month, and then thereafter every 4 months, I buy the journal of their choice and then decorate it with whatever instructions they give me. So today's theme is using Crafty Planner Queen. She's over on Etsy. She has some great printables, and so I printed them off and flipped them so you can see they're ready for our Dutch doors. So I did that, cut them out on my Cricut, so that's why there are these lines here. And then I did the boxes at 2 different sizes that will go with it. And then I picked out some coordinating tapes. So we have one thicker tape that I've never used. This tape is from Washi Tape Shop, and I think it's so pretty. And then I have these 3 tapes from Planything that I thought matched the colors really well. So the only things that Lynn told me were this specific printable kit she wanted me to use with these girls for a summer spread. And then she wanted them to be horizontal Dutch doors. So we are going to create that today. First, let's take a look at her choice of notebook. So this is from Archer and Olive. Patrons at that level can pick out any different notebook they want from anywhere. Archer and Olive is one of my favorites though, of course, because they are 160 GSM pages. All right, so this one is specifically Midnight Floral. It's an A5 size, vegan leather, and it's got 192 pages of that 160 GSM dot grid paper. So as you can see, it is so fun. I love this one. I love the light blue foil on this. And then it's got so many pages, a little pocket, and some little bookmarks, one of which has this little Archer and Olive logo on it. By the way, anything I talk about here, I have links and codes for the brands down below. Typically my code is Amy Plans Things for most places. Planything is Amy 10. All right, let's get into it. All right, so we're gonna need a couple of tools to get started, so I'm just gonna pull those out. A little mat for when we're cutting things. I have my gyro cut, which is to go around curved lines on the paper when we're cutting out the paper. And then a pair of scissors and an X-Acto knife. I had an ink spill. A lot of things got purpled. Okay, this one looks clean. I need to clean stuff out still. Okay, yeah, that one's good. Don't want to get purple on this. Okay, so when I start a notebook like this, the very first page, this is blank and this is dot grid. So I typically start here so that the first page has 2 dot grids. Does that make sense? Okay, so what we're gonna do is she wanted the horizontal Dutch doors, so we're gonna have girls on multiple pages. So they're like staggered. And then I flipped them so that I can get the same exact girl on the back side once I've made all the cuts. I was thinking this could be really great across the top so that it's like the background that you see all the girls on. So I thought that would be pretty cool. We'll see how it goes. We'll start with this first one though, just to go with that. And because this yellow is going to be on the very back page, let's start with the girl in yellow on this page. I think that makes the most sense. So there's some depth between the two of them with these other girls with the other colors. So we will start her side, middle, in. Let's do the middle, and we'll have her go here. Before I put her down, let's put our washi strip down. We'll have the page cut here. If you're using plastic stickers, like the clear stickers, you will want to put down the washi tape last so that you can trim it, because you'll see the washi tape through the sticker. But with paper stickers like I'm using today, because I printed at home, I'm going to put this down first so that it can just layer over. I don't have to trim anything, all of that. Okay, and because we want a little bit more in the spread, let's go ahead and add like one or two other little things over these to just add a little more fun to the page. Do I want anything over here or just this much? I think we should do something over here. Let's add just one of the leaves. We will do boxes and all the decorations around the rest of the page later. Just so you know, we are just getting the Dutch doors set up. All right, so we put that down to protect the page behind it. And we're just gonna try to cut around all of this. Because I flipped the images and printed out one page the way that Crafty Planner Queen Robin intended, then the other is backwards. It should be really easy to line everything up on the back side. Once I've made these cuts, it should just fit perfectly. All right. This needs a little bit more of that over here so I don't cut the page underneath. All right. You can see how easily that cut. Okay, here you can either use scissors or like a craft knife. I find the gyro cut doesn't go as straight here. The only thing you're gonna wanna look out for is if it's a notebook that uses stitching, like Archer and Olive and many of them, you don't want to cut the stitch. So don't go like all the way in, because you might end up cutting the stitch. Okay, we are gonna do something where we have, so we did yellow here. We're gonna go on to the next color here. Let's see. We're gonna use her next because she's taller than this girl, so this girl can go in the back. So if that's the case, let's use, this will look really good with her dress. So we are going to use this on this side and this side, just so this page is like the orange page. I mean, it's going to be colorful either way with all sorts of different colors, but it just, I find sometimes it's nice to have the washi tape match all the way across. It just, I don't know. I like the look of that sometimes. And it will be in a different spot than right across here because we are making a little bit of a layer. So it's just gonna move up one like space in just a second. But first, we need to grab this other page, the backwards or flipped page, whatever you want to call it. And if you don't have a Cricut, you can still do this at home. There are multiple ways to do this. you will need something like this or like this to cut it out. You'll need a little cutting mat. I got one once at Dollar Tree, so what, $1.25 now? So it's not pricey to get started without a cutting machine. It takes a little longer. Then to flip the images, you literally can do that in whatever software opens when you double click on your picture. If it's just like the photo viewer in your computer, there should be a drop-down menu and it'll have an option to flip, and you'll just have to choose flip horizontal or flip vertical, and you can see how those two look and then print the other one out. So you can do this at home without special software. You don't need a cutting machine. Like, you can do this. All right, so I'm just gonna move it up one, and I'm not gonna cut it yet. We may move it if it's not lined up, but that looks pretty good. It's just not quite straight. So I'm gonna try to keep this going straight across. Yeah, cool. All right, and next up, I said I was gonna do the taller girl. And I think I'm gonna put her on this side, so I'm gonna use this flipped image so that she can be looking inwards at the other girls. And I'm gonna put her like that. That looks fun. Okay, so she does need something else over here. And the only problem with some of the flipped images is that when you do it, if they have text on them, they're now backwards, but that's okay. But so for the front pages, I'm definitely going to use the ones that are correct words and not backwards. Let's see. We have pink florals here. Let's do like a yellow candle there. I think that'll be nice. Put it like that so you can see it a little bit. And then here we have the girl here. So I think we'll leave that blank so we don't have anything weird poking up behind the girl in yellow. I don't think I've done a horizontal Dutch door spread in a while, so this is pretty fun. It is really nice to make these little scenes like this. Okay, this is a long stretch and it's hard to go straight with the gyro cut. The gyro cut is really good for curves. So I am going to use my scissors on that part. Also right here, since I was about to pick up the scissors. You could use bigger scissors to get more cut in at once, but I find these little like sewing type scissors are really great for little tiny cuts. I don't know, I really like them. Most of my tiny scissors I got from Journal Say, in case you're wondering. They have a lot of great art journal stuff, but also supplies. There we go. And that's what that looks like so far. Okay, so now we are gonna do blue. And since we have the tape out, I might as well lay down the next one. That'll do, yeah. Okay. Trim that little piece. Try not to mess up the tape before I trim it. All right, there we go, and we'll get the matching girl. And it was the candle. So there we go. That's what we've got so far. Now it's time for this girl, and we're gonna use this version of her, the flipped one, so that she can also be looking in. Okay, we want her up a little bit more, so they can just be like bop, 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 kind of like stair steps, right? I think that looks really nice. Okay, with that, let's go ahead and do the books. I know they're going to be backwards in on the other side, but I like them because they're wide enough that you can see them on both sides of this girl. I don't know. I think that's cute. All right, these should be the last cuts we need, and then we gotta deal with this and set it all up and put down boxes and things. Crafty Planner Queen is one of the shops that I really got into as I started getting into printables a lot. She has a lot of good dolls, girls, whatever you want to call them, and a lot of really fun like junk journal items and just some really unique fun stuff. So go check her out. There we go. Let me know how your summer is going. We have been crazy busy with the kids at home and life. Fun stuff, all fun stuff, except our dishwasher broke. It's been 7 weeks without one, and our new dishwasher comes today. I am so excited. I am so tired of hand washing everything. So we are gonna have that dishwasher fixed and finally get to do, like, hand washing is done. We have a few things piled up in the sink that we will put straight into the new dishwasher as soon as it arrives. The one we wanted was back ordered, and basically it was like we could order the one we wanted with a specific handle and have it pretty much immediately. But if we wanted it with the handle that we wanted, we had to wait 7 weeks. So we opted to wait 7 weeks. I don't know if it was really worth it to wait that long, but at the same time, I know we're gonna really like it exactly the way it is. So, you know, it is what it is. We made it through. Our dishwasher was, nearing 11 years old, so it was definitely time. But other than that, summer has been really great, really busy, gearing up for back to school, which will be really fun. My daughter's going to be in 1st grade, so she had a big dose of school last year, and then just is super excited and missed it a lot. Okay, this part ripped, so I'm just going to tear it here because I don't want ripped on this. So she's excited for that. And then our son is going to a half-day preschool for the first time. So I am stoked about having mornings to work suddenly. Just first time ever that I'm having that dedicated time, which I'm super excited about. Okay, we're just going to put it like this. We're going to have a little bit extra. I don't know if I'm going to put a second one of these down or just like 2 layers of the yellow so that it kind of matches up with that. I might do that. We'll see. We'll see. By the way, you'll hear thumping and bumping. We have projects outside going on, and they have to get done in the summer before, you know, rain comes and stuff. But I also have to get these journals done to get them out to my patrons. So, life. Okay, that looks so fun. I love the yellow behind it. I have just been waiting and waiting to use these large tapes from Washi Tape Shop, and I just hadn't yet. I got them ages ago. The other ones, let me just show you. I don't know if you could buy them on their own, but there were 4, and that yellow is definitely my favorite, with this one a close second. But I've been waiting and waiting to use them. And now we can. Okay, so let's see. If we lay this down, we're just gonna try this and see if I can get it to all line up. Luckily, washi tape comes up really easy. So if it doesn't work, I can just peel it up and do something else. So my question is, will this line up with this one decently? I think that's pretty good. I'll take that. Okay, yeah, let's just do that. And I think that's as far as I need to go. I think it will cover that whole back area when we have it all the way flipped over. So let's take a look. Look at that. That is so fun. Though I feel like between the yellow and the floral, we might want, let's see, where are they? I have a whole bunch of whiteboard tapes. I know I've talked about them before. We might want just like a plain break between these 2 tapes. So I've never used the yellow one. Let's try it and see. These are so skinny and nice. I'm sure there are washi tapes this small. I just didn't have any and ended up getting this. And it's been working really well. And as you can see, it's got a lot of tape on it. I had got it at Amazon like well over a year ago, so I assume you still could get it there. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I like that little line in there. You could also do a black line, but I think that might be too much contrast on this page. Okay, so we've got that. Let's do this across here too, and then we can get to boxes and using the rest of the stuff. Okay. So the question is, this is very top heavy in what's happening. Do I need like a little thin line of washi tape at the bottom to just like be that balance for it before we even put down boxes? That might be a good thing. Okay, I'm trying to get this as close to the edge as I can. Let's lay down a washi tape along the bottom edge and see what it looks like. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing with this and then the whiteboard tape. Okay, where does it line up? That'll do. It's like close enough. It's not perfect, but it's hard to see that it's not perfect unless you're like really looking at it. Come on, tape, I want to cut you right here. Okay, I'm just gonna stick that bit in here. This is so, so fun. I love the yellow. I love the bright. Trying to get this facing the right way so I can cut it. There we go. All right, so here it is. I think we do need the balance down at the bottom. Let's just try it and see. I think that's gonna look really good. And again, if I decide against it, I can always easily peel it up. Washi tape, can I speak? Washi tape is great because it still obviously sticks really well to your paper, but it's a little less sticky than like a sticker. And so sometimes stickers, if you peel them up really quickly, they can like tear your paper or tear the sticker they're attached to if you're layering, you know, stuff like that. And washi tape typically does not have that problem. Okay, we do have like this gap here with that one. I don't think I care very much, but also we can put some boxes or decorative stickers down to hide that. So I think that's what we'll do instead of laying down even more yellow. I think we need some more colors in there. So this month I had 3 patrons who get patron spreads, and Lynn was the only one who gave me a very specific prompt. The other 2 gave me, you know, kind of colors they liked or a type of Dutch door to create, but they said surprise me on the rest. So I'm still thinking about those. I like both when patrons give me something super specific and when patrons want me to surprise them. So it's fun to have a good mix of both. If you recall, last month, all 3 patrons gave very specific prompts, and that was also really fun, but really hard to figure out too, because I wanted to, you know, do the prompt in a way that they'd really love. So now I'm thinking about how to surprise them, the other 2, without prompts, just with colors, or one is a faux Dutch door, I'll tell you that. So figuring those out still. You'll see those videos in the next couple of days. I just haven't done them here yet. Okay. I think adding the blue at the bottom is really good. It definitely adds some balance when there's so much going on at the top. Okay, and then last, yellow. Look, I have used so much of this yellow. This is one of my favorite yellows. Planything has tons of one-off tapes you can buy. There's also a washi tape subscription, which is pretty fun. But some of the yellows are a bit brighter, and this one is more like golden. Hey, this is going all the way across. I can just, look, time saver. Okay. But this one I like because while it is yellow still, it's not like super bright. It's, oh, let me just show you. If you like neon, there are some neons too, but this one is like more like bright yellow. This is it's got a little hint of orange in there. So I like this one a lot. Okay, look at that. That is so fun. All right, so we have boxes. We have more stickers. And what I want to see is some stuff behind here. This has the green there. So what if we put a green one over on this side. Maybe both of the green ones to kind of just layer. And then we can put in a second a box right over that corner where the end of the leaves are. Okay. Then we can do coconut. See, we're kind of covering that all up. And then the book will take up quite a bit of good space right there. Then like one little thing here. Guess we'll do the blush just because it kind of fits perfectly right there. So we have this little collage going along at the top, and now we can put in some boxes. All right, so because this one is so yellow, I'm gonna avoid the yellows for now. And I'm gonna put this one down, but I'm gonna wait a second because I realize she's here, and I'm gonna put this one underneath for some layering. I do love layering boxes. And then we also have these smaller ones, which we can do, but because these also have the girl on them, let's layer it with this. This is a really tiny box when I print out in a smaller size. So for that, I would suggest using it for like the date or something, just because it's so tiny. Unless you write really small, then you can definitely put something in there. Okay, that looks pretty fun. All right, moving on. I might need to print out some more boxes. We'll see. We'll put this one here. And the blue one up here with this yellow one, but we are going to cover up the little icon in the bottom with the popsicle. Yeah, okay. We'll check about any extra stickers once I figured out all the boxes. Okay, I do want to keep this big red one for over here. So on this page, we'll need to use another yellow. I don't want to cover up her feet because the shoes are really cute. So we'll put that there. And use the smaller red one like this, and then we can put in the hat. It kind of fits really nicely right in here. Okay, we're gonna leave that for a second because I need to make sure I use the boxes where I know I absolutely want them. So this one I'm gonna put here. And I'm gonna layer it with this one because we've seen that girl a couple times now. And then we'll use this one here. When I put a box close to the center line, I like putting a box close to the center line on this side because I just feel like it's kind of balanced. Just like if I put one out here, I put one out here, or if I put one down, I put one up, just to kind of form that balance across the page. I hope that made sense. All right, then over here, I just have these little ones left. So we are gonna go, we don't have space right here to do it because she's here. So I'm gonna put this one next to her. That'll work well. And then again, these are the same icons on the page, so I'm just going to put this one here. Again, this little one could be used for something like the date. All right, now every page has some boxes on it. Some of them aren't layered, but that's okay. There's still plenty of writing space. Let's figure out where some of the last of these pieces go. I could put that one there. Or kind of like, it's got that there as well. Yeah, let's put it over here. I'm rotating it that way so because the candle's going this way, so they're just kind of at different angles, which I think is nice. And then if I was going to use a bicycle, I want to use this one or this one. Let's see. Where would it go? I could put it here or here. If I put it there, I want it facing that way. So we'll use this one. Have it layered over the boxes. That looks pretty nice. Okay, we've still got a few stickers we can use, you guys, so let's figure out where it goes. I do like the popsicle just because it's the same color as this and adds that pop of color across the page. And then the coconut is a good one to add in that's nice and small if there's somewhere that needs a little extra something. Like this one's kind of lonely because it doesn't have a layered box. So it can have a layered coconut. Let's see, we've got pineapple. Do we need another pineapple somewhere? I feel like we could get something down here too, and or up here. So let's go ahead and put the pineapple right down here and have it come up to the edge. And then, is there something to put right over there? This is the backwards one. We don't need to use it. We also have that book there. We put the bicycle here and we have the blush. Is the blush gonna be weird as like a one-off? Or does it fit there? I think it's fine. I don't think we need the blush. Okay, we used up a good bit of this though. All right, so Lynn, I hope you love this spread using the Crafty Planner Queen sticker kit here. I'll link it down below in case anyone's interested. It is a printable, so super fun and easy to get on both sides of your Dutch doors when using printables. Okay. This washi tape was from Washi Tape Shop. All the other washi tapes were from Planything. This is whiteboard tape off of Amazon. I think that's it. All right, ask me any questions you've got down below. I'll try to link everything. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye. Oh, here's the flip through. Sometimes I forget to do a full flip through at the end. All right, there's the full flip through. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. See you guys later.